Does this feel good, babe?
Yes.
Like this touch? Like,
yes.
what if I do this? Do you want me to lick this spot or do you want me to bite this spot?
And
what?
Yes.
It plays with your belly during sex?
Yes. Hello, Hunnay. This is a huge day for me because this person needs no introduction, but I'm going to tell you because I love talking about my friend SHAN Booty. I call you your Instagram name, even though you're SHAN. Is it okay? It's SHAN BOODRAM.
Yes.
BOODRAM.
Yes. But booty is a play off of BOODRAM.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's cute.
So I met SHAN as a fan on Instagram. SHAN's Instagram is my favorite go-to when it comes to learning, enlightening myself, seeing a different view on things, or putting words to concepts today that I don't understand when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to a woman's body, when it comes to the non-binary world and pronouns that come behind it. I became friends with her through the DM. SHAN came onto my podcast,
Yes.
Listen Hunnay, blew up my mind, and so now we became friends. I'm so happy that I'm like, SHAN's friends with me. You guys can't talk about her like
I'm
I know
friends
her.
with Jeannie. I know her.
No, it's the other way around. After our business relationship kind of turned a little bit more friendly, I opened up to SHAN. I don't know if you know this, but you were one of my first friends that I told, I'm thinking of getting pregnant and I want to try. And at the time, SHAN was pregnant and she kept my secret for over a year as I was trying to get pregnant. She taught me about lube that I was using that was actually obstructing the pathway of magic. She taught me about exactly how to time my cycle. Like, she taught me so many things that I did really use, and I think it got to a habit where I just started automatically doing them, and I got naturally pregnant. I don't know if you know that either.
I love your story. Yes, we talked about this.
Oh, yes, because you know that I wanted to do IVF, but I couldn't nail it, and I would call you after every cycle like, I missed it. I don't know what's happening. And then here I am now.
Because you went to the doctor and then you were like, okay, let's get started. Like, we can't because you already are pregnant.
Yes.
And that's how you found out.
After the wedding, on our own. And this to me is the craziest blessing because you call yourself high risk, even though to me you're not. I mean, being 35, you're to me like, you're 7 years younger than me. I'm 42 and I'm high risk. And this happened. So I want to thank you so much for having been there for me in such an honestly, truthful and sacred way.
Thank you for sharing that with me. And I knew that when you told me it was something so special to you, and I am the worst at keeping secrets.
Really?
I am terrible.
She tells me that now.
I am terrible at keeping secrets, but
seriously?
I know how sensitive it is, and I was trying to conceive for 6 months.
Yeah, oh wow, yeah.
And in that time, I was publicly trying to conceive, and it takes a lot of courage to do that.
Yeah.
Because people are constantly being like, are you pregnant, are you not? And they're guessing, and when the answer is not, it gets really hard. And then month after month, every time I got my period, I felt like I had to announce to people, my family, my social media circle, that I wasn't pregnant.
Wow.
So I knew when you told me that, I was like, this is important. This is the journey that you want. It has to be kept private.
Yes.
So I was really relieved when you told people. I was like, finally! And I told my mom, because my mom is obsessed with you. She says hi right now.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mama.
Yeah.
Mama BOODRAM?
Yeah.
Hi, Mama BOODRAM.
What up, Mama Booday?
Yes.
I told everybody because I was like, yeah, this is such joyous news, and it's such an extension of everything in your life that's so bright and hopeful and inspiring. So it's the perfect story, but it would have been a perfect story no matter what.
Yes.
I realized, because I also didn't want to become a mom.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You, like me, didn't plan on becoming a mom.
Yes.
And didn't really desire it for yourself.
Not at all. Like, I used to actively say to partners, I'm not going to have kids. If that's a dream of yours, we shouldn't be pursuing a relationship together. And when I was struggling to conceive, it made me think back, like, did I make a mistake? Did I wait too long? Did I let myself down?
Did you feel like life was kind of punishing you, maybe like a karma thing?
Yes.
That was a tremendous guilt that I had. You're absolutely right about that. And what made you change your mind?
We got to a place where we just had so much.
We being SHAN and her partner Jared.
Yes, and there was a book that I read, and it was called The Art of Love, and it said there's 2 reasons to become a mom. You become a mom because you want the love of a baby, or you become a mom because you want to love an adult. And that was the first time I've ever heard it worded that way before.
Yeah.
And I want to love an adult. I wanted to have someone in this world who I could share everything, and my husband could share everything with. And I wanted to see what that person got to do with this incredible thing we call life.
Yeah.
And I think because I've never been a baby person, I always thought I don't want babies. But I'm like, I want an adult. I want a adult.
Yeah.
So that's why.
I changed because I started to work on myself more aggressively because I was in a relationship that required me to if I wanted to keep the relationship.
Ooh.
Being in love with GZ required me to check out those areas that triggered me so easily. Check out those areas that I have boundaries where he wanted to come and be closer to me. Check out what keeps me so protected and guarded so that I don't get hurt. And once I worked on those things, and because of a healthy relationship, was able to kind of ease those barriers and start to love myself even through my flaws, all of a sudden the idea of motherhood became really clear to me. Today, Ryu is the inspiration behind this talk, and she is now 8 months?
She is 11 months
11
in a couple
months.
weeks. So 10 months right now, yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I can't, but girl, the fact that, you know that Kanye West line, we wasn't supposed to make it past 25, joke's on you, we still alive? I feel that way about the 1-year-old. You weren't supposed to make it past a year,
But here
we're
you
about to
is.
be there, yeah, yes.
Jeezy and I already have a good, cushy relationship. What am I expecting to change? If you looked back at your first month of having Ryu and how you and Jared's dynamic changed, would you have done something differently? Is there anything you would warn me about so that I make sure our relationship doesn't go crashing down as I'm maybe going through postpartum, maybe trying to figure out the baby, we lose romance, I don't know.
I think when you move in together with somebody, you acknowledge that there's a brand new dynamic,
Yeah.
and you've got to ask questions and
Yeah.
be really curious about, how did you grow up? What did you
Yeah.
do after you shower? Where did you put your towel? How often did you do laundry? Like, those really important dialogues can save so many arguments. So I do wish that Jared and I had more dialogues around, how do you picture, co-parenting? How do you picture diapers versus feeding and bath time? What
Oh,
do
the
you-
little things like that?
Yeah, like just asking, what are you excited about doing? What are you not excited about doing? How do you picture doing stuff?
Oh, to kind of get ready and split up the parenting so much.
Yeah, because I think if you don't do that, you could take a lot of things personal. I personally was already so insecure. Can I be a good mom? Am I a good mom?
Yeah.
What is a good mom?
Yeah.
And you've got another partner who's just watching you around the clock. And you're, of course, vice versa, watching them around the clock. So you could start to feel really insecure
Wow.
about, am I good at this?
Yeah.
And that's the person who's always watching you. So that can turn into a lot of really short fuses.
Tell me about what you were saying earlier about the way a man perceives a mom and the way a woman perceives a dad.
So when it comes to intimacy, I can't speak for universally, but from my understanding, from my experience and friends I've talked to, I think women are really turned on by a dad.
Totally. He becomes hotter.
He becomes hotter.
Yes.
It's sexy when he's changing diapers. It's sexy when he's doing baby talk.
Totally.
I don't think it works in reverse. I don't know if men are turned on by a mom. So they might appreciate and love you more, but to say that the physical
'Cause
desire.
it may not look as hot as you're in the middle of healing, breast milk falling all over the place, hair in a top knot, and you look all haggard from no sleep. Like, you're talking about that type of physical?
But even think about it like this, like a MILF is a mom who doesn't look like a mom. So
Right.
when we talk about women who are sexualized as mothers, it's women who have none of the characteristics. Not like it's a woman who's like wearing a robe and like doing the ABCs. That's not the woman you're turned on by. It's
Yeah.
the one who's like, despite that she's a mom, she's still wearing 7-inch heels and in these like little mini dresses. Definitely during pregnancy, our sex life had a lot of challenges. Give you a loose example, he never interacted with my boobs at all afterwards. And I was like, why? He's like, well, they're Ryu's life source. They're not my boobs, like it's Ryu's.
Yeah.
So they start to really feel like those are mom things.
Wow.
Where we're like, anything dad, we're like, put it in my mouth.
Yes. We're like, come on, I need some loving and I need you to make me feel like you still see me
Yes.
as this enticing sexual like desire for you.
Yes. And it could be different for different people, but I definitely
I'm not
know
gonna like
when
that.
I watched, him do anything with the baby, it would light my fire.
Yeah.
And I think for him, it would like warm the stove. You know what I mean? Like it would be like,
Interesting.
oh, that's really nice. She's a good mom.
So then how do you offset that? Because you're actually tapping into the one question I get from my fam out there. Sex during pregnancy, sex afterwards, and all of these tiny questions that I'm like, this is a job for Shan Booty. Now remember guys, we're not licensed medical experts. We are just offering advice through experience and also through Shan's own...
Talk to your doctor.
She's an intimacy expert, and not only that, now with the experience as a mom, you have taken the time to actually educate yourself on the changes of a woman's body before and after when it comes to sex and needs.
I think everybody's really dying to know, though, what's your experience?
I know. Well, I'll tell you this. So first trimester.
Why am I smiling so big? I can't wait for this story.
I know. So first trimester, nobody told me that it was going to be such an emotional roller coaster. Like I needed to hear, do you love me? Why do you love me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do you see changes in my body? I had these needy questions that made me feel very insecure and not attracted to myself. Sex wasn't great then because I was in my head a lot. For him, I think guys don't even notice it. I think guys...
Well, you also had a lot of sickness.
Yes, yes.
And so I had no sex drive during that time. Did you have drive still though?
No, I didn't have drive because I was more concerned about my feelings. Then second trimester, which is now, the party is on, boo.
Hey.
The party is on, it's back and popping, the back is cracking, everything is good in this department. I love it. In fact, one of my favorite positions is actually being on top of Jay. Because then you see your belly, you see his face, and when he gets to play, like when he's like, playing with your belly or playing with your breasts and
what?
Yes.
He plays with your belly during sex?
Yes, like it just, because then it's like,
yes.
I credit him. I didn't tell him to do this, so him normalizing that the baby's there. You know how some men might be like, I don't want to touch the baby, or maybe I'm not touching the belly, but making it all like, yo, you gotta be up in the mix in this. You this is how you got made. I think that there's something really beautiful about that, you know? I haven't gotten to third trimester. I don't know how that's gonna be, but what I want to ask you is, that's the only position I can do because I feel safe. When he's on top, this is too hard and too bulbous now. Like, can you have sex with a man on top of you?
It's all about comfort, and you're not gonna squish the baby, so that's a great comforting thing to know.
How do you know that when you say that though, Shan? Like, how do you know you're not gonna squish the baby? Of course, if a grown person is like...
If they fell on you, but you know, if they're just resting, like it's the same way, like you can sleep on your stomach, right?
Yeah.
You can sleep on your stomach probably until 20 weeks or 20, it depends on, you know, the size, talk to your doctor about it. That to be said,
okay.
A lot of positions are fine, but the most important thing is your comfort, and also too, for sex to be good, you can't be thinking about like, am I harming the baby? So you want to be in a space, exactly.
Yes.
So when you're on top, if that allows you to feel sexy and cool and hot, and now like, it's a family experience in the most beautiful way possible, that's the position.
Okay.
I am a big fan of the wedge. So it's a pillow that's like, it's like a, you know, the sloping triangle.
Like a block of cheese?
Yes, exactly. You can basically put your elbows on it and then get hit from the back. You can also do missionary that way, so they're not on your stomach, so you're elevated. So if you're laying...
If I'm laying down, it goes here.
Yeah. And then
he's on this Superman incline.
Yes, without actually being on top of you. So the wedge pillow was really nice. Also very comfortable to get oral.
Okay.
Because especially as you get more pregnant, laying flat on your back gets less and less comfortable.
So you put the wedge under your back? No, you put it...
You're just laying down. You can do the happy baby pose, pull your, you know, put your...
Where does the pillow go?
Just like, it's just, instead of laying down flat, you're laying down like this.
And then the pillow goes here.
Yo, it's right here.
Your legs are lifted up.
Yeah, and I might just do this, you know, and then get all the action I can. So I really think that was a great investment that allowed us, especially in third trimester, we didn't have sex without the wedge pillow, for sure. I needed the extra assistance, I needed the extra comfort, and...
I'm ordering one immediately.
So I actually think that pregnancy sex makes for better sex in the fact that because your body's constantly changing. You're checking in with yourself, you're making changes to make yourself comfortable, you're prioritizing your pleasure, and you're asking more questions.
So your presence makes it a journey for you both.
Exactly.
To be like, try this, oh wait, there, and then the humor in it and everything adds to like the vibe. That makes sense.
And the curiosity is so high. Like, does this feel good? Do you like that? And then these are questions that we should be asking every single time. I always love this quote that in the kink world, everything is a no until you get a yes. But in vanilla sex, a lot of times, everything is a yes until you get a no. So I love that pregnancy sex puts it back in there. Like, I don't do anything without checking in with you first.
Yeah.
So everything is about sexy consent. You know, just like, does this feel good, babe? Like this touch? Like, what if I do this? Like, should I do that? Do you prefer this lick or that lick? Do you prefer, you know, if I bite down here or if I use my tongue here? So I loved it for that reason because I think it invited more intentional sex. During this time, you're getting to ask yourself, and your partner should be asking really important questions.
Talking to your partner is important.
Yes, like, do you like pressure here, or do you want me to massage here? Do you want me to lick this spot, or do you want me to bite this spot? So I loved, especially, I mean, you did this just now. There's so many changes happening in the boob area too. You might find, I was somebody who had really sensitive nipples and they got more sensitive when I got pregnant.
Wow.
But I also found that I liked stimulation more. So it was an opportunity for me to get to know myself and my body again, and for me to actually get to know my partner, because he's asking me questions and now I'm asking him questions.
I did hear in third trimester, the one dreadful thing that I'm fearing is that you become dry. I have noticed that the lubrancy is like, it's not as
I've never heard the word lubrancy before, but it needs to be a
water
word.
emoji. I'm noticing it's not as bincy as it was before I was pregnant.
Lube should always be a part of sex, and I actually think it's better if it is, because even if you don't need lube, it's gonna make the sex better. It also expands the arsenal of things you could do.
Yeah.
If you have lube, you can now massage, you can do booty play because the butt doesn't self-lubricate. You can take the lube and put it on someone's nipples, because even that, when you try to
it dries up.
Saliva is not the best.
It dries up and it actually hurts when you start getting too rough.
Exactly.
Which lube do you love? Because some stuff going up there isn't safe for you, but I also know that I want it to keep a slip. Whenever this actually happened, and I'm not proud of it.
This feels like a secret.
So when I went to go get my ultrasound for the first time, and homeboy put like the and then started doing the thing, immediately I was like, I need that shit. That's the shit I should use for lube. The next time I came, I brought like a little plastic container, and I stole some of the lube.
Okay.
But then on my way out, I forgot it. I left it on the counter. So I had to go to a new OBGYN place in order to get a new ultrasound. And I also left my lube there, so I never experimented with it.
I think it's for the best. I think it's for the best.
So what is the best one that actually gives you ongoing slippage?
I mean, silicone base is what you're talking about, because that doesn't absorb as much.
But it's not good for you, right?
It can be fine for you.
You're just not supposed to ingest it.
Exactly.
Okay.
A water-based lube is probably, and it's the thing, when someone says they don't like lube, I'm like, there's a billion different kinds. There's lube that cools, lube that warms, lubes that tingles.
I want SHAN booty lube. What's your booty lube?
Skin Condoms has a lube called All Night Long.
Okay.
And it's very slippery. So I do like it because it's a one application.
Okay.
And it's a really cute, small bottle.
Yes.
I like cute, small, finessable, but you might prefer ones like KY actually does have one that's like all natural, and it's made with aloe.
Oh, okay. I'll have to try those two then. All Night Long and KY with aloe.
Yeah, but it's it's choose your own adventure, it's try, it's play.
Yes.
But if you are dry, bring in lube. Even if you're not dry, bring in lube. So when you do need it, it doesn't feel like it's like, awkward. I'm bringing this in because there's a problem.
Yes. One thing I'm afraid it could happen to me, and I hear about a lot, is women just don't have the drive. They just don't feel like doing it. They're not turned on at all. And if anything, they're kind of sickened by the idea of getting down with their man or woman. So what should we do?
I want to say this. Everybody, just like you don't always want to work out.
Yeah.
You don't always want to eat healthy.
That's true.
So sometimes you have to say, I don't want to do this, but I know in the end I'm going to feel better afterwards.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it. There's so many health benefits that come with orgasm and would come with sex. And of course, there's benefits in terms of building intimacy with your partner.
Right.
So I would err on the side of trying to find ways to still engage with yourself sexually, even if it's a vibrator. Towards the end, that was my best friend.
Why at the end?
Because I wanted to get the baby out, and the baby was late, so I was like, can we speed this up? After 37 weeks, orgasm can help to induce labor.
Why are people advising you to eat spicy food?
Do that too. When you at that point,
but I'd
you're
rather
like, give
play
me
with
it
myself.
all.
I'd rather play with myself and get that baby out that way.
I was playing myself, chugging castor oil.
Some people are gonna ask me, how did you get the baby out?
Induction.
Oh, you had
medical
to induce.
Induction.
Got it. Interesting.
Got a plunger, and I said, it's over. You're evicted. If you don't want to have sex, and you just don't, even if you put yourself in a position it's not comfortable, it's not pleasurable, all of the above, there's still so many other ways to be intimate with your partner.
Yes, like
so,
what?
Even just laying naked and being touched, a really great thing that happened during my pregnancy that I wanted to last forever is every night my husband rubbed my back. Getting naked and even just eye gazing with each other, having baths together, having showers together. To be sensual is to be with your body. So you don't have to be sexual. Be sensual. Be with your body and find ways to be truly with yourself and with your senses. I think that can also be an incredible way to build intimacy.
And who knows, that could even be a foreplay that could loosen things up and open you up to other.
If it happens, it happens.
Cheesy, you gotta rub my back more, baby. This is so good.
Yeah, foot rubs, back rubs.
Wow.
Now is your time.
You have given me so much more confidence to finish out my term in the most sexually pleasurable and in self-enjoyable way that I want to have you back so we can talk about when the baby's here. Ask SHAN here. Follow her first on Instagram at SHAN Booty, and also make sure you ask all the questions you have here.
I also have a podcast that's called Lovers and Friends that you are doing an episode with me, and so that's all you need to know.
And I love you so much. Thank you.
I love you too.
Thank you, babe, for this. Baby J's so happy now.